Thank you so much. Good evening. And I want to welcome you to our second New Community Project Share Night. It's very exciting for me to say that. Seriously, I thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I appreciate that. I also want to thank our partners who are more than partners now. I think they are our family. And so I want to thank Treehouse Books for having 15 juniors and seniors in Fort Washington to be all up in their business for the past 6.5 months. I mean, we're unproven, we're all, but you decided to do that for us, and I can't thank you enough. There is no New Community Project without your support, and so I thank you so much for that. And last but not least, I want to thank GA, and I want to thank Mr. Chalas, and I want to thank Gabby, and I want to thank Jim, who's also not here, but also I'm sure in spirit, for allowing me to explore my creativity in a very wild way. You guys are very crazy for doing that. My imagination is incredibly crazy. And the fact that I've been given no real boundaries is pretty outstanding. So I want to thank you for that as well. I want you to turn to the back of your program really quickly. It's going to be a little bit like school in a minute. I'm not going to read the entire thing that defines what the project is about, but I want to focus on the third bolded statement, the multiplicity of Philadelphia voices. That's the third bolded statement. And I love it so much, I'm going to say it again, the multiplicity of Philadelphia voices. I have always loved that through the vehicle of literature, one can access the many different voices that make up this human experience. You can forget, I'm feeling really happy, so I may start testifying. If you've ever been in the Black church, you know what I'm talking about, and it may just happen. So I feel really excited. I've always loved that through the vehicle of literature, one can access the many different voices that make up this human experience. I've always believed that to find real liberation, I'm not talking about the liberation you can find at Best Buy, I'm talking about real liberation. One must lean in and hear these voices, not just romanticize these voices, not just say, oh, there that is, it's a voice. No, we must listen and empathize to these voices. And to me, this is the promise of the humanities. In English, we don't just teach metaphors and grammar. I think we provide the framework for students to step through and gain their freedom. That sounds big and crazy, but I believe that that's our responsibility. NewCom desires to take this a step further. We ask, what can we create with this freedom? What can we create that doesn't exploit or self-congratulate? How can we create something that is truly meaningful to not only our GA environment, not only our Fort Washington environment, not only our Ambler environment, not only our Northwest Philadelphia environment, but all of the environments that our students may come across. That is the promise of NewCom, and I know that's incredibly ambitious, but I think that the power of literature allows that. There's something magical about the study of literature that can allow our students to go places they may have never gone before. And that is the promise of the New Community Project, and I'm so excited that we are doing this for the second time, and I hope to do it many, many more. Tonight, 3 groups, Peel, Bixby, and Anthem, will share their proposals to do just what I told you before. Let me just say up first how proud I am of these 15 students. When I saw the roster, I was very, very anxious to get this roster for the summertime, so I kept emailing the registrar, and I kept saying, who's the 15? Who's the 15? And when I got this list of these 15 students, I remember I was in my living room and I was like, I hacked the system, because I don't teach AP. So I feel like I hacked this system. And there is 15 really different, really smart, really funny students who have challenged me and who seriously, I teach Olivia Gorman, and who inspire me. every single day. So I think of when I was a high school senior, I really wanted to be a leader. And we did a leadership retreat, and we did all the standard things, the trust fall, all the things leadership trainings do. We did the trust fall, we did late night bonding, we talked about all of our demons, whitewater rafting, all of the whatever stuff we do. But one day they took us to do cliff jumping, and I can't swim. And so we went up to this cliff, and the water was blue and it was beautiful. And he said, we're going to do this. Just know that you are not going to die. We're all going to jump off this cliff, and it's going to be incredibly gratifying. But you have to trust me that you're not going to die. All of you have on a life jacket. You're not going to die. And I remember standing up there, and all I could hear is my heartbeat go. And I was like, whatever, man. I'm just going to do it. I wanted to be a leader so bad. I'm going to jump. I didn't care what he was talking about. I was like, I'm just going to do it the rest of my peers. And when I think of that experience, I think about these 15 students. All they want to do is jump. We had an opportunity to work with Treehouse in North Philadelphia, in which we had to take the train at night to go to open mic. None of my students said, oh, I ain't doing that. Nope, we ran to the train, right? We ran to that train, we caught that train, and we were on that train laughing and taking selfies. This is this group. Every week, I don't know what I'm doing. It's my first year. I'm still figuring it out. And in class, I'm bumbling. I'm saying different things. They don't stop and say, why are we even here? No, my students, they jumped. And it's been an incredible experience to work with these 15 students. And it's going to be sad for me to watch them go, the seniors go. The juniors will continue to work. And so I want to introduce you to our first group of jumpers, Keel. Before we do this, I want you to open your program to the middle part. The middle part, this is a true share night. They're going to share, but you're going to share as well. I'm just going to quickly read what it says here. It says, Dear friend, thank you so much for attending the second annual Newcomb Share Night. Please note that your attendance means so much to us. For the past 6.5 months, these 15 young women and men have been hard at work brainstorming, crafting, editing, and finalizing their proposals. Today is their opportunity to leave the protective bubble of the classroom and share their ideas with the community for feedback. After their presentations, we would appreciate if you would jot down a question or a comment or two that you have for one or more of the groups. During the Q&A segment of the night, please feel free to share these to the students. So at the end, they will all assemble back onto the stage. I'll give you an opportunity to collect your thoughts. You can write whatever you were thinking about throughout the process, and then you can ask them the question at the end. So without further ado, I give you